You know, I spent 3 years following Jesus around the countryside, listening to him preach. And I thought I had a pretty good handle on how he wanted us to continue his movement now that he's gone. I mean, he said that I'm the rock on which he'll build his church. So it stands to reason that he trusted me to know what I'm doing, right? Well, apparently there's more to it than just making sure that we all follow the law and tell everyone about Jesus, our Messiah. The other night I had a dream. Well, it was more than a dream. It was as if it was real, and I was wide awake the whole time. So I think that it might have been a vision. Not that I ever thought that I'd be given a vision. Now, the reason that I know that it wasn't just a dream is because there was a blanket full of unclean animals, and a voice told me to take and eat whatever I wanted. That is definitely not a dream. I have kept the laws of kosher for my entire life, and I refuse to believe that even my subconscious would tempt me like that. But just to be on the safe side, I still said no. And the voice came again and said that I could eat whatever I want, that I didn't get to choose what was clean or sacred. That was up to God. 3 times the voice came to me, and then the blanket and the animals were taken back up into heaven, and I had missed my chance for a new picnic lunch. I wasn't really sure what to make of it all, but I didn't really have a lot of time to think about it because my friends from downstairs were calling, saying that there were some men there asking me to go to Caesarea with them. This time it wasn't a voice per se, but something inside me that told me I should go with them. When we got to Caesarea, I was met by a bunch of Gentiles who invited me to live amongst them for a time, which got me thinking about that vision in a whole new way. Maybe it wasn't just about which animals God said we could eat. Maybe God thinks that we're all clean and sacred. Maybe Gentiles don't have to keep the Torah law in the same way that we do as Jews, and that's okay. Maybe Paul had the right idea, and the differences amongst us are not meant to be a dividing line, but a reminder that we're all on God's blanket together. Maybe God's embrace is big enough for us all. Maybe it really isn't what goes into our mouths that defiles us, as Jesus once told the crowd. Maybe those of us who are following the dietary laws and those who aren't can still agree that we are worshiping the same God and following the same Messiah. I don't know. Change is hard, especially when it's changing a whole lot of things that I think I've always known. So I'm going to have to put some more thought into this. But it's something that I think Jesus would like. I can almost see him sitting here around the campfire with me and hear him say, "Feed my sheep, Peter. Feed my sheep." With what I've seen in the last few days, I'm starting to think that the flock is a whole lot bigger than I ever imagined. And we've got our work cut out for us to bring everyone into the fold. Will you help me?